The China Air Transport Association says about 68% of domestic flights took off and landed on time last year, the lowest rate in 7 years. Shanghai legislators in Beijing are discussing ways to improve the country's airlines and the service they provide. Reporter Zhang Ningben tells us more from Beijing.
For legislator Zhu Zhiyuan, taking a plane is a regular part of his life, as he often travels across China and overseas for business. Zhu admits he's often concerned about being delayed when taking domestic flights.
Usually, I would arrive at the destination in advance, but there have been many times when airlines tell you there's an air traffic control up there, so the plane will be delayed for a while. When I finally arrive, I just miss the meeting. That's my worst experience of taking a plane.
Last July, China's Civil Aviation Administration, or CAAC, issued a red alert for flight delays in East China, cutting the airspace capacity by 75% around Shanghai's 2 airports. That was due to military drill. Currently, only 20% of China's airspace is open to civil aviation, with most of the space for military use or under restriction. A recent report by the CAAC says about a quarter of the domestic flight delays are caused by limited airspace.
With the development of China's civil aviation, more airspace should be open to civil flights in order to meet the growing needs. As an ordinary flight passenger, I suggest more resources should be given to the busiest airports to make sure planes can take off on time.
But the report also shows that nearly 40% of the delays were caused by airlines themselves. 2 legislators from the country's biggest airlines, China Eastern and Junyao, say they are trying their best to improve the on-time record.
Some passengers arrive too late, and that causes a delay. So our rule is the boarding gate must be closed several minutes before the boarding time. No passengers could get on board. If he or she misses the time, we may lose some money due to the policy. But on-time performance is more important. If planes always take off late, passengers will be complaining.
If an inbound flight has been delayed due to reasons like bad weather, staff at the destination airport will get everything prepared in advance to make up for the delay. We are somewhat racing with time, trying to shorten the stop-by time. If there is an error on the flying plane, we will notify the ground crew in advance to get everything in place. Once the plane lands, maintenance workers are already there to fix it.
Both legislators say if there is a delay, airlines should notify the passengers as early as possible so that they won't end up spending all day waiting at airports. China has more than 10 million square kilometers of airspace. Finding a way to better manage the low-altitude flying space is key to cutting down on delays. The National Commission of Air Traffic Control says a comprehensive reform on such a space will be carried out this year, and the new policy will likely be tested in major cities like Beijing and Shanghai. Zhang Ningben, Shanghai Live, Beijing.